Good morning, Peter.
Good morning. And here at the White House, the DOGE effort continues, tens of millions of dollars at a time. The latest from Elon Musk, posted at 5:03 a.m., says the DOGE team just discovered that FEMA sent $59 million last week to luxury hotels in New York City to house illegal migrants. Sending this money violated the law and is in gross insubordination to the president's executive order. That money is meant for American disaster relief and instead is being spent on high-end hotels for illegals. A clawback demand will be made today to recoup those funds as President Trump gives a vote of confidence to the world's richest man.
Bottom line, you say you trust him.
Trust Elon? Oh, he's not gaining anything. In fact, I wonder how he can devote the time to it. He's so into it. But I told him to do that. Then I'm going to tell him very soon, like maybe in 24 hours, to go check the Department of Education. He's going to find the same thing. Then I'm going to go to the military. Let's check the military. We're going to find billions, hundreds of billions of dollars of fraud and abuse.
And a little bit more on the CBS YouGov polls you guys were just talking about. The honeymoon is not over yet for the president with this. 69% are saying that he is tough. 63% say he is energetic. 58% say he is effective. He did not stay the whole time at the Super Bowl, but still got back here at about 12:30 last night. Back to you.
Also bankrupting us is all of this wasteful spending, outrageous spending coming out of USAID. And I know that movement continues throughout government. What do you want to say about all of this spending and the efforts by some of these liberal judges to stop President Trump from allowing Elon Musk access to these issues?
So, as you're aware, a radical left judge said that the Secretary of the Treasury cannot access the Treasury computer system. This isn't just unconstitutional. That ruling is an assault on the very idea of democracy itself. What we continue to see here is the idea that rogue bureaucrats who are elected by no one, who answer to no one, who have lifetime tenure jobs, who we would be told can never be fired, which of course is not true, that the power has been cemented and accumulated for years, whether it be with the Treasury bureaucrats or the FBI bureaucrats or the CIA bureaucrats or the USAID bureaucrats, with this unelected shadow force that is running our government and running our country. Donald Trump is engaging in the most important restoration of democracy in over a century, by saying that we are going to restore power to the people through their elected president and his appointed officers. That is the only way we can have true democracy in this country. You elect a president, he appoints a staff, the staff transparently carries out his orders on behalf of the whole nation. But this nonsense, where we have rogue, unelected, unaccountable, and previously unfireable bureaucrats who do whatever the hell they want, with no one telling them and no one controlling them, we're not going to let that happen anymore. We're going to have a democracy, and we're going to have an executive branch that serves the American people, that answers to the American people, and that answers the will of the American voter.
George Soros's prosecutors were reportedly getting money. Did anybody really understand where this money from USAID was going? Stephen, was this being just a slush fund for the Democrats' favorite causes like sex change operations in Guatemala?
Yes, the USAID was a slush fund, first of all, for left-wing projects around the globe, like gender surgeries around the world, diversity, equity, and inclusion policies, crazy Green New Deal climate scams, and every other lunatic left-wing project that is bankrupting this country. But even beyond that, it was funding an army of left-wing activists, these NGOs, non-governmental organizations, NGOs. They get billions and billions of dollars, and they use that money to then infiltrate corporate America, to then infiltrate the public sector, to then resettle, for example, at taxpayer expense, millions of illegal aliens into this country, to drive racist equity policies, to drive radical left gender policies. And so what we've learned is that the left's, this mammoth left-wing power structure, plus left-wing media, wasn't organic. It wasn't created naturally. It was funded by taxpayer dollars. And that is why they are screaming and screeching so loud now, is because President Trump is cutting off the slush fund to the organizations that hate and hurt America.
And he's also cutting out the people who are getting these intelligence briefings, who may not should not be able to get these intelligence briefings. The president revealing more people that he's revoking national security clearances and intelligence briefings, including Joe Biden, including the 51 spies who lied, including perhaps Anthony Blinken and Jake Sullivan. Of course, Jake Sullivan, one of the mouthpieces of the Russia collusion hoax so many years ago. Your reaction?
Yeah, this is part and parcel of the same issue. People leave government. They are now private citizens, but they continue to have access to sensitive secrets, and then they use that access in conjunction and partnership with the bureaucracy to weaponize intelligence against American people and against political enemies. And President Trump is saying, no, that stops. Drain the swamp isn't just a talking point. It is a mandate. For 4 years, this issue between 2020 and 2024 was endlessly litigated before the American people about weaponized justice, about weaponized intelligence, about weaponized bureaucracy. And the American people elected Donald Trump, and they said, shut it all down. Shut down the weaponization, shut down the abuse of our intelligence system, shut down this entire system that crushes our rights and freedoms at the expense of a privileged few. And that is what he is doing. He is following through on the mandate that the American people gave him to say that our intelligence system and our law enforcement system are not going to be partisan weapons and partisan tools anymore. They're going to be used to keep America safe, to keep terrorists and illegal aliens from hurting our citizens, and they're going to be used to protect the American Republic, and that's what's happening, Maria.
Stephen, it's great to talk with you. Thanks for your leadership. Deputy Chief of Staff, Stephen Miller. Thank you, sir.
The most important thing that it's going to do, I don't even think it's the cost savings. It's making the bureaucracy responsive to the elected president. Okay, the president issues an executive order saying we're not going to give grants to organizations that do X, Y, and Z. And the bureaucracy just doesn't respond. DOGE has identified grants that were going to be made in violation of an executive order and stopped them right before the money was wired. We're talking about making the people's government responsive to the people's elected president. That is going to do more to unleash innovation, to unleash economic prosperity. When you don't have this crushing bureaucracy that answers to nobody sitting on top of the American people, we're going to get it off, and we're going to actually make it responsive to our economic growth needs, to our needs to buy the right weapons for the next generation of warfare. And I think that is the most profound thing that DOGE is going to do.
If you enjoy this content, please consider subscribing to my channel to stay up to date with future videos. Thank you for watching.